Gita, we were seeing that Sri Krishna is trying to awaken Arjuna from his despair, from his weakness, and he is saying that this does not befit you, this kind of behavior of not fulfilling the responsibility which you have already taken, not doing your swadharma, that does not befit you. Then Arjuna says, Arjuna uvacha, Katham Bhishma Maham Sankhye Dronam cha Madhusudana Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudana. Arisudana means, Ari means enemies, Sudana means destroyer. So, O destroyer of enemies, Madhusudana, O killer of the Asura Madhu, Aham, I, Sankhye, in the battle, Pujarha, that person who is arha, worthy of puja, worship, such person worthy to be worshipped, like Bhishmam, Dronamcha, Drona and Bhishma, Ishubhihi, with arrows. Ishu means arrow. Ishubhihi means with arrows. Katham, how? Pratiyotsyami. So you are asking me to fight these people. Who are these people? These people are worthy of being worshipped. And you are asking me to fight these people with arrows. How can I fight someone whom I am supposed to worship? So, what are you talking about? It is not possible. See, I cannot fight these people whom I have to worship. So, this is again another false logic. Suppose a person is working in police force and that person's father comes as a culprit. Will not that person arrest that father? In the present state of our country, they will not. Forget about father, even friends or anybody known, they will not. They will say, I have not made the FIR, it will be taken care of. This is what is happening. So, that's a false logic. Here Arjuna is telling that how can I kill these people whom I am supposed to worship. He forgets that they are on the side of injustice, they are on the side of unrighteousness. So, no matter whether they are people who are worthy of worship, just because of this one act, at that particular instance, they don't deserve any respect. So, a person may be a very great person but commits a murder. So, as far as that murder is concerned, that person doesn't deserve any respect but deserves punishment. Then the same logic he carries in the 5th shloka of the 2nd chapter. He says, Gurun nahatva hi mahanu bhavan shreyo bhoktum bhaikshyam apiha loke hatvartha kamanstu guru nihaiva bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdan. So he says, mahanu bhavan, the great souled, great people, mahanubhava, great people, gurun, my masters, ahatva, instead of killing them, instead of killing my masters who are great people, surely ihaloke, in this life, bhaikshyam api bhoktum shreyaha. Bhaikshyam means that food which you get out of bhiksha, by begging. So instead of killing my great souls, great masters, great teachers, it's better to live on begging. That is better. Shreyaha, bhoktum, to eat. What? Bhaikshyam, that food which I get from begging. It is better to live on alms. But gurun hatva, after killing my masters or teachers, iha, in this world, eva artha kaman bhogan rudira pradigdhan bhunjiya. It is better to live on alms, to live on the food which is earned by begging or got by begging, than to live in this world, iha artha kaman, with wealth and desires. Artha is wealth, desires kaman, bhogan, and also enjoyments, rudhira pradigdhan. They are stained, pradigdhan, they are stained with Rudhira, means blood. So they are all stained with blood. It is this money or this wealth and desires which I will get after killing these people will all be stained with blood, and how can I enjoy that? So again, you see, what is the station in life of Arjuna? Who is Arjuna? He's a Kshatriya. What is the duty of a Kshatriya? To protect one's land from enemies or attackers. And what has Arjuna done since his childhood or since his youth? He has been doing this. He has been fighting this war. Mahabharata is not the first war he is going to fight. He has fought many wars before that. And what did he do by the wealth which he gained out of this war? He enjoyed it. At that time, he never thought that it is stained with blood and all that. Why suddenly now he is thinking? Because of fear. Because of fear. And because of fear, he wants to give all this logic that it will be stained with blood, etc., etc., etc. So all this is stupid logic. There is no logic here. So what he says is, it is better to suffer than to enjoy wealth and desires which will be stained with blood. So most of the times when we present logic, it is because we are weak. Most of the times. Very rarely do we present logic because we are strong. Most of the times we present logic, we philosophize because we are weak. And weakness leads to this kind of talk. Suppose there is somebody who is corrupt and you want to do something and somebody says that no, I will not give any bribe to that person. So you say, no, if you want to do something, then you will have to take care of these things, etc., etc. The means justify the ends, etc. All these things. So Swamiji says means and ends are both important. So you cannot say that just because I want to get my work done, I will give bribe, etc. Why do we say this? Because of our weakness. Now, most people are weak. That is why how many people take birth and die? Who cares? Nobody cares. Even the person who is taking birth and dies also doesn't care. The person themselves also don't care. That's why Sri Ramakrishna says, Lok na pok. Are they people or they are worms? Why they are worms? Because their life is like that. Their life doesn't make any significance to yourself. Forget about other people. Your life is not significant to yourself. Why? Because you have not held on to any ideal. In your life, there is no ideal. You are just saying, eating, drinking and sleeping. So, it will have no effect. So, you will search for a job, you will get a job. Then there will be always a job which is better than the job you are in. You will search for a spouse, you will get a spouse. There will be always a spouse who is better than the spouse you are with. Then you will get a building to stay, you will get some vehicles to drive, everything. But then there will be always better things than what you possess. And so your life will end, and you will end with a longing for having a better life than that you lived. So you will die with the idea that, if I only had a better life. So again you will come, and again you will do this thing, and again you will die with this idea that, I should have a better life. And in this race for better, nothing will happen. You will only become butter. You will die and become soil, that's all. Nothing will happen. And out of that soil, the paper will be produced. Tree will be produced. There's a famous joke of this Bhanu. So, you know this joke, no? You don't know joke. Okay, fine.
Who can see this?
No. There is a joke, you can refer it. So the trees and how one person dies and becomes trees, etc. So the point is that you will become some tree and then paper, and then that's all, your life. Or maybe you may not even become that. You may be like a stone. But nobody thinks like that. You are laughing now, but after you die, people will laugh. You see that fellow, foolish fellow. He thought he was a great person, such a foolish fellow, gone. So,
Swamiji, I want to ask you a question. Since Arjuna has fought wars before and won them, in this particular war, what is it that he's fearing? What is he afraid of?
the magnitude of the war. Before this, he has fought smaller wars, and not all people were assembled in front of him. The magnitude of the war is so huge that even Arjuna got afraid. Arjuna is not an ordinary person, but he got afraid. So it happens in everyone's life. Such a moment comes when you are like stage fright. So people give so much advice to their children, but when asked to speak in front of the camera or on a stage, they start faltering. Why? Because of the atmosphere, because of the magnitude of the thing. So people have problems with the size of a particular thing. That's what. So you are eating jalebi. You like jalebi, say. But if I give you 1 kilo of jalebi and say eat, will you be able to eat? That is a capacity problem. Then he says in the 6th verse, Na cha etad vidmaha kataranno gariyo yadva jayema yadivano jayayuhu yaneva hatva na jiji vishamaha te avastitaha pramukhe dhartarashtraha. He says, Naha, for us, katarat, which of the two, gariya better, etat, this, nacha vidmaha, I don't know. Means I don't know what will be better for us of the two. Of the two means what two? Yadva, whether jayema, we should conquer, yadiva, or naha jayayuhu. Jayayuhu, they should conquer, naha, us. Either we should conquer them or they should conquer us. Of these, which will be gariyaha, which will be better, I don't know. Nacha vidmaha, I don't know. Why? Yan whom eva hatva, after killing, na jiji vishamaha. Because after killing whom, we should not care to live. Jiji vishamaha, jiji visha means the desire to live. So jiji vishamaha means we should not have any desire to live. After killing whom, we should not have any desire to live. They are, Dhartarashtraha, sons of Dhritarashtra, Pramukhe, in front, Avasthita, standing. So you see, I don't know what is better. Arjuna is telling to Sri Krishna, I don't know what is better, whether to be conquered or whether to conquer. Because if we are conquered, then after killing these sons of Dhritarashtra, why should we live? Because there is nobody to live with. So this is a stupid thing, he says, because since if you read the Mahabharata, you will understand. Since his childhood, there has been, even when they were students, they were in Gurukula, there has been a constant quarrel with Kauravas. In fact, they don't see eye to eye. They are always at loggerheads. Then why is it suddenly that all this love has come suddenly? This is false love. There is no love. This is false. This is because of fear. Crocodile tears. Then he says, then finally he is so confused. Okay. He is so confused and he understands that the war is so great and that Sri Krishna himself is a great personality. So finally what? When you are confused, you are great, you are in front of somebody great, you are confused, you are in great trouble, then what do? You surrender. So that's what he does. Karpanya dosho apahata swabhavaha prichhami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha yat shreyasyat nishchitam bruhi tanme sishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. This is the 7th shloka of the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Now, many people would say that it is one of the most important shlokas or verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Why? Unless you surrender, you cannot be helped. If you go to an advocate and say that this is what has happened and please help me, unless you surrender, you cannot be helped. Unless you go and tell your problems and you say that this is the problem, please help me, you cannot be helped. Unless you go to your physician and say this is my ailment, please help me, you cannot be helped. So you have to first surrender. So till now you see Sri Krishna has only spoken 2 verses saying that whatever you are telling, where from this depression come? Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. Where from this grief has come, despondency has come? That's the question. And second one is Klaibyam masma gamapartha. He says that this unmanliness doesn't befit you. So after hearing all these, now suddenly, before that he was giving on, Arjuna was going on giving logic. But after hearing these two verses, he suddenly says, you see, I am confused, but now you please help me. He says, Karpanya doshaha apahata swabhava. My swabhava, my nature. What is Arjuna's nature? It's a nature of a warrior, Kshatriya nature. It has been apahata, it has been overpowered by karpanya dosho. Karpanya means miserliness. Karpanya means miserliness or weakness. So here it means kripada means miser or even weak. So by the defect, dosha hai, defect of karpanya or the defect of weakness, my swabhava has been apahata. My swabhava has been overpowered, controlled. So my swabhava, my nature has been controlled by the defect of weakness, by the stain of weakness. So I am weak, so I am now not able to fight. I am now not able to be a Kshatriya. Dharma sammuda chetaha. And my cheta, my mind, my intellect has been sammuda, confused, deluded by as regarding dharma, as regarding righteousness. What is that which I should do? What is my duty? What is it that I am supposed to do here? About that I am confused. I have no idea what I am supposed to do here. And tvam prichami. That's why you I ask, prichami, I ask you, may yat shreyaha syat. May, for me, yet whatever is shreyaha, good, tat nishchitam bruhi. Please tell me that. Whatever is good for me, please tell me that. Nishchitam, surely, certainly, tell me that. Bruhi. Aham te shishya tvam prapannam. I am your disciple and I tvam prapannam. I take refuge, I take shelter in you. Mam shadhi. Shadhi means instruct. Shadhi. So instruct me. Instruct me. Please instruct me. I take refuge in you. Because I don't know what to do. I am now confused. Though I am a Kshatriya, I don't know what to do. So please tell me. So people now get admission in educational institutions. But they don't get education. Why? Because they throw money and get admission. Nobody goes to a teacher and says, sir or madam, please teach me. So they are not taught. So people say that nowadays we don't get such teachers. Nowadays you don't get such students also. It's both ways. Are you a teacher?
No, I am from IIT Kanpur. I am Sri. I mean,
You are from IIT Kanpur means what?
I mean, my husband is in aerospace. I am in computer center.
What is his name?
My husband's name is Tapan Sindhu.
Oh.
Yes, Kamals.
Oh, acha.
So basically, I mean, people like this exam, JEE exam, once they crack it, they think, they have just done everything, and then that
You are there for how many years now?
20 years, 20.
Oh, I have been there for 3-4 times. I have been there.
I see.
IIT Kanpur. Last year September also I was there.
Actually, one Vivekananda Samiti is there inside. You must have gone for that lecturing there.
Yes, okay.
Vivekananda Samiti or Vivekananda Nidhi?
Vivekananda Samiti.
Yes. Okay. Next time we'll know when we're coming. So.
First time I went in 2013, then I went in 14, then in 15, and last year also I went 16. I also went to aerospace engineering department. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know whether he knows or not. I don't know. Okay, so so the problem is both side, two-sided problem. So unless someone takes refuge in the teacher, it's difficult for the teacher to teach. So that's what has happened here, that Sri Krishna has been asked to instruct. Arjuna has taken refuge in Sri Krishna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.